Just let me know when you guys are ready back there. All right, we join here with Mart High School head coach Kevin Hoffman. Coach, if you'll start things off, just your initial thoughts on the game this morning.
Yeah, beat by a better football team. Hats off to Albany, their coaches, players. Felt real good about getting here. We had a heck of a year. Talking to the seniors in the team, it's always difficult. If you don't finish it off, it's difficult for everyone. But we're not making excuses for anything. Albany, they're a better football team today. They've been ranked number one all year for a reason. We've been ranked behind them all year for a reason. So just played out like everybody thought it'd play out. I wish we could have been at full strength. Obviously, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that we were banged up and couldn't do the things that we're used to doing. So tried to go to Plan B, but again, we're not going to use those as excuses. Everybody's banged up this time of year. Thought our kids played hard. Thought our players played their guts out, and but Albany got us again for a second year in a row.
Questions from the floor?
Coach, did you feel like this was a game where you needed a few more breaks to go your way, especially maybe in the first half?
Again, if the game of football is about controlling the line of scrimmage and not turning the ball over, I felt like defensively, our game plan was to try and slow them down. That's all you people that came out and talked to me all week. I told all of you the same thing. You're not going to stop Adam Hill. He's going to get his stuff, and the whole goal was to try to slow him down a little bit. And I thought our defense again played their guts out. We had a couple of things go against us. In the first half, get down 21, but came out in the second half in defense. I don't know, it was fourth quarter or something like that before they got a first down. So our players and our coaches, never gave up and kept fighting for each other. And but we could have, used a break or two along the way. But it's when you play someone that's that good and they don't make many mistakes. You can't have any mistakes. Everything's got to go your way, and it didn't happen that way today.
Coach, you had that first drive or that second drive that you guys were able to get some momentum offensively and turn into a field goal. And you had some drives that got into their field position, but it seemed like they kind of shut some things down. What did they take anything away or after that first drive?
Well, anybody that knows anything about us and has seen us play all year knows that everything goes between our running game with 2 and 4. 2 and 4 are obviously hurt. They gave me everything they had today. I thought there with the field goal, and then we had a play set up that was basically something that we saw that we take advantage of, and we did. And we had a slot receiver run right down the middle of the field in the end zone. We overthrew it. That could have put us up 10-0, and then who knows what happens from there. But we missed the play we had drawn up all week that thought it would happen that way if we got the defense that we were going to get, and we got it, and we missed. But again, with us, all year long, everything goes as 2 and 4 go for us, and they weren't 100%. Everybody saw that. They've been banged up for the past 2 or 3 weeks. But, again, that's not an excuse. I'll never make an excuse for them. But kids play hard.
Coach, we saw the emotion, after the game. What's the message that you've been telling some of the players after the game?
Well, I mean, this is a life lesson. Everything doesn't always go your way. There's only one team that's happy when this thing is over. There's about 100 teams in our division, and in each division that wish they could play here. We've been fortunate enough to do it 6 out of the last 7 years. And the emotions with the kids, and everybody's hurting, and I just try to tell them to, again, the message was the same last year. Take these silver medals, take that second place trophy. We'll put that trophy in the trophy case with our others. And I told these kids to take these medals, hang them in their bedroom where they see them every day, and use it as motivation,
You have juniors in starring roles, and you have sophomores in key roles. And I know y'all have talked about the group you have coming up. Do you look forward to the chance to try to get back here?
Oh, we're going to get back here. There's no doubt in my mind. We in Mart, Texas, and if you're a Mart Panther, we have a target on our back every year. So I'm just going to make the target bigger. We're going to get back here next year.
Coach made statements about the kids and how they battled, and it was a tough take today. Mentally for yourself, where are you at going forward? And I know you say you guys want to come back next year. How do you prepare yourself to start it all over again and do this all over again, and mentally knowing going into the game that, hey, we have to come out with this win? You said 6 or 7 years. You've been there. Just talk to us kind of about what is your mental state going into a game, into a season?
Right now, it's all I'm thinking about is the kids in the locker room. Didn't get a whole lot of chance to talk to a few of them. But the message will be, when we get back home today, I'll talk to them before they all leave. Me mentally, starting from August, it's 20 weeks. It's a grind. And when you've done this, like I said, 6 out of 7 years, and then the other year that we didn't, we played 19 weeks. This group of seniors, the most games you can play in high school is 64. They played 63 games. We coached 63 games. So mentally, it's when you don't, our goal this year, we had 2 goals, and I've told everybody all along from the get-go, our goal was to play 16 games this year. That was our first goal. Our second goal was to win the last one. It didn't happen. All right, so we're going to take that, and we're going to use it as motivation. I'm going to use it as motivation, but, the place that I'm at right now, I just feel bad, for the kids and the 6 seniors that we're going to lose. But we got a heck of a group coming back. We got a heck of a group coming up from our junior high, and so we're going to use this as motivation. I'm going to use it as a coach, our coaching staff, and then our players. And we're going to take some time off. Obviously, these kids have worked their tail off. I say 20 weeks, but this is a year-round deal. 365 days. These kids they work in the off season. They're up there early in the mornings lifting weights. They're we're there in the summer. But it's tough. I'm gonna take some time off. Me and my wife are gonna take some time off and get away. For a week or 2 during Christmas break, and then we get back to school on January 3rd. The first day we're back, it'll be clean up, get everything put away, and then the next day we're gonna be in the weight room, and we're gonna go to testing, and we're gonna start this whole cycle over again, and I'll be sitting here with you next year with the gold medal.
Coach, what was the explanation that the refs gave you at the end of the first half about why they didn't review that possible fumble, down 7-5?
Yeah, they have to get that from, I can't do anything to ask for a review. They don't do anything to ask for a review. That comes from upstairs, whoever's watching whatever they're watching. If the ref's on the field, if whoever's making that decision thinks that they need to look at it, he'll buzz them and they'll stop the play. From where I was, when I saw it on the big screen, it looked like a catch, and it looked like 2 or 3 steps. It looked like a football move, the explanation I understand, and then a fumble, and it looked like we recovered and went out of bounds. But I asked, nobody ever buzzed, so that's where I called timeout. I called timeout just to see whoever was watching if they had another look at it, but nothing. They said it, they never got anything from upstairs, so I don't know who that was, what they were looking at, but obviously maybe they were eating a chicken tender or something. I don't know. I mean, it looked like a fumble to me.
Coach, you talk about I saw Jalen on the sideline who once played for you and won a state championship with you. Can you talk about what it meant having him on the sideline, come back from playing for you, now he's coaching for you? Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, Jalen Curvin, he's one heck of a kid. Love him like a son. One of those that, through his whole playing career for me, was that he had it, whatever it is, the cliche, he had it. If you remember from his playing in the state championship game, 7 catches for 199 yards. We beat Refugio. He made the interception at the end of the game to kind of seal things for us. He told me from the beginning that all he wanted to do was coach, and all he wanted to do was coach in Martin. So, when he was going to school and doing things, he would always come back. He would always reach out. We'd always stay in contact. And I told him that if I had anything that he always knew that he had a job in Mart, Texas. And when he graduated, we had an opening, and he came and was a substitute teacher in the spring, and just kind of was around the kids. And then as soon as we could, we hired him, and he just took off and started working with the kids on his own, and had them come after school. And you got all kinds of stuff going on in the spring. He's a heck of a kid. He's good. He's a heck of a football coach, and I hope for him one day. I don't know how long, but I hope for him and his family that he's going to be sitting up here one day as a head coach of the Mart Panthers.
Last question.
Coach, you touched on it, but with those 6 seniors, just, I don't know, what do you tell them so that they feel proud about their Mart career?
They've been a part of 3 state championship games, and we've fallen short in all 3 of them. But I'll meet with those 6 seniors when we get back. I'll meet with them collectively as a group, and then I'll meet with each one of them individually. And then the kind of message is that the standard in Mart, Texas, they lived up to the standard, the expectations for our school and our community, that you get here and you at least give yourself a chance to play for a state championship. There were times before where went several years without getting back here. I'm proud of what they've done, along with the group before them and the group before that. That since 2017, other than 1 year, we finished here. There's no more games. We've been a part of 6 of these in the last 7 years, won 3 of them and lost 3 of them. So, but the seniors, they've been a great group of kids. You know, they're all hurting right now that we didn't finish it off, but they need to understand, and I'll try to help them understand that what they did and what they accomplished here, and then what they have left for the younger players on this team. A bunch of 8th graders that were ball boys standing on the sidelines tonight. Our 5th and 6th graders, our Pee Wee football team, they all look up to. If you're a varsity player for the Mart Panthers, there's more. It's more than just about you. There's a whole bunch of kids that live, and everything revolves around Mart football. So you got to take the good with the bad. Today was bad. We didn't finish it off, but they left a legacy of playing 63 games. The only thing is to the next group to play 16 games. Again, that's going to be our goal next year, play 16 games and win the last one.
Thank you. Let me know when you guys in the back are ready.
School canceled? We gotta go to school. Big E seems like he's pretty happy. He would definitely cancel school.
You'll be in school now.
I'll be there.
All right, we're joined here with Albany High School head coach Denny Faith. Coach, if you'll introduce your 2 student athletes.
Number 5, Adam Hill. Number 70, Zane Wagner.
Coach, you'll start things off. Just your thoughts about winning the state title.
You know, when we started in July, you know, when we started last year, matter of fact, these 2 guys actually left the field last year and they said, you know, they just gave me this, you know, too. So, you know, it all started a year ago today, actually. And these guys had a great summer and great spring. And when we started in July, I mean, that was our goal. I mean, we felt pretty good about having a really good football team. We got, you know, some guys that needed to step up, some new ones that needed to make some plays and that kind of stuff, and they did. So, this is the ultimate when you get for a high school coach to be able to come to this venue and play for a state championship and then win it, and then to be able to do it back to back. I mean, you know, it's pretty amazing.
Questions from the floor?
And I mean, it took you about 5 or 6 trips the first time when you first state title. A little bit of a shorter time. Tell me how that feels to not have to wait another almost decade for a state title.
I don't know. I didn't really hear the question. You have to excuse me.
What I mean, to get
I'm kinda old.
back-to-back, you made 6 trips before you win your first state title. You only need 1 more to make it 2. How does that kind of feel?
Yeah, that's like I said. I mean, every time you have a chance to get here, it's special. But then when you get here and can finish the job, that makes it even more special. So, and to beat a program like Mart, I mean, unbelievable athletes. Their coaching staff does a great job of coaching their kids, and I mean, it's a war. It's been a war 2 years in a row, and to be able to accomplish that against their program, I mean that's special.
Talk about the job your defense did today. I mean, it's played well all season. I mean, it may have played its best game today.
Right, yeah, against some of the best athletes we've seen all year for sure. Our defense has played that way all year long. I mean, our coaching staff does a great job of putting a plan together. Coach Fuentes, our defensive coordinator, puts a plan together, and then our coaches coach it up, and we coach our kids hard, and they'll tell you we coach them hard, and they respond. And when you have kids that don't mind getting coached and are unselfish and play that way, then good things can happen.
Coach, you said it. I mean, it's been a war with those guys. When you brought in a couple of guys that look like the Road Warriors from a wrestling ring, I guess how much does the physicality, guys like this? I mean, how does that set the tone for you guys?
Well, that's the way we want to play football, is physical. I mean, that's what we talk about is winning the physical battle on the football field. And we think if we can win the physical battle, then all the other stuff will fall in line. So, there's a lot of people that don't understand what it's like playing 16 football games, and you have one open week during that time. Plus you have 2 scrimmages before that. I mean, that's what professionals are playing. So, I mean, there's not a kid on the team that steps a foot on the field that doesn't have a hurt ankle or a hurt elbow or a shoulder that's hurt, or there's not a kid out there that's not feeling some pain, but they just keep playing, play through it. And our motto this year was you're going to have to earn it, and it was earned. It was definitely earned tonight.
How big was that second quarter for y'all? It was kind of tough sledding offensively through the first quarter. Y'all defense held tough, and then y'all were able to kind of take control. Just how big was it to kind of get the offense going a little bit with big plays?
Some huge turnovers really is kind of what got us going, and then Chip made a couple of really good reads on some passes, and that catch Branson made for that touchdown was, I mean, that's unbelievable. And then Adams' touchdown in the end zone where, we're trying to hit an out route, and Chip comes off to a second read to Adam in the end zone right there. I mean, that's pretty neat deal when you can see a high school kid kind of make those kind of plays. And I think it just goes back to our coaching staff understanding, hey, this is what happens when this happens, and this is what happens when this happens, and then you got kids that are smart enough to make those kind of adjustments on the fly, and we live off that really.
For the players, y'all's defense gave up 15 points one time this year. What's the key for y'all on that side of the ball?
You go first. Hit them hard every down, every play, just getting back up and keep going after them again after you help them back up.
Our motto, no daylight, no air. I mean, get a bunch of bodies on the ball and just keep swarming them every single play, and eventually they're going to give up, and that's how Coach Fuentes coaches us.
For the players, can you guys describe what it's like to play at AT&T?
It's crazy. I mean, the big old lights. I mean, that's my favorite team is Cowboys, so getting to play on their field is amazing.
Zane, you mentioned no air. It seemed like obviously pressure was a big deal for y'all today. Y'all were able to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Just how important was that for the defensive performance y'all put together?
It was good because they do have a good, solid, big line, but when we get pressure on them, that causes their quarterback to scramble, and we can get on them real quick after that.
Adam, so much of the offensive load, I mean, as far as yardage and everything, I know you got an offensive line, and I mean, a quarterback played really well today, but so much of the offensive load all year has been put on your shoulders. I mean, what's it like for you to get to this pinnacle, claim the state title with that much on you, and then also kind of score that game-sealing touchdown too?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I always trust my front five and my fullback. They always block well, so I just tell them, y'all make me a little hole, and I'm going to get through there.
Adam, you've had a pretty good career here, 2P, going off to college ball next year. Just kind of talk about what has the program meant to you for these last 4 years.
I mean, it's meant a lot. That was ever since when we got here in junior high. I mean, it was my goal to win a state championship. I thought it was gonna be my sophomore year. We came up short, and then we got there last year and we got back to back. I mean, I've always grown up watching them. My brother got to play at the state game, and so it was amazing.
And Adam, Zane, what's kind of mean to be able to win Coach Fate not only his first but his second state title? That's especially good. So much, how much he's done for all of them.
It feels pretty special. The amount of times he's gone into the playoffs and played his heart out for the team and just everything. We'll be able to go out there and actually execute and get the job done and get him 2 rings is the best feeling in the world to me.
Did you try to get a baby goat in for him this time?
He is the GOAT. Yeah.
Coach, well, 2 back-to-back titles. Will we see you out there for going for a third next year? Have you thought about it?
Who's wondering that question already?
Yeah, everybody.
No comment.
You knew it was coming.
I didn't ask.
I knew somebody would. I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of we were out in the hall. What's going to be the over and under right now? How long is it going to take? So.
I'll give you $5 later. I'll get more.
Zane, Adam, either one of you guys, any last words you want to say to Coach Benny?
Greatest coach I ever played for. Probably gonna be the greatest coach I played for.
Yep, definitely will be. Taught me more how to be a man than a football player, so it means the most to me.
That's why I coach. You know what I mean? I don't coach to win football games. I coach to hear guys say that kind of stuff. That's what really matters. In the big picture, these guys are going to grow up and be great husbands and great fathers. And if I just had a little bit to do with that's the reason that I do it. That's the reason I keep doing it. So those of you that want to know, I mean, if I think I can have that kind of influence on somebody, if I'm not coaching, I'm going to find some way to be doing that, because that's what's important about this whole thing. I love state championships. I love rings. I love the medal. But more than that, I love these guys. And you know, that's what high school football is about. This is the purest sport there is right now, because there's no money involved. There's no politics involved. There's none. The only thing that matters is the love of the game, and that's the reason they play. It's the reason I coach it. I mean, you don't have to worry about all that other stuff. You just go out and play football, and you enjoy the game. You enjoy the physical part. You enjoy the mental part. All of those things matter more than all of the other stuff. As good as that other stuff is, the important stuff is maybe helping a guy become a better father someday.
Adam, Zane, a year ago, Coach said in his pregame speech that every Texan kid that picks up a helmet dreams of playing in that game, and y'all had to make y'all's dreams come true. For the guys, your teammates, that probably heard that for the first time earlier today, how does it feel to get your teammates like chip their first state title?
I mean, it feels great because they work just as hard as we do. Some of them may work harder, and it's good that it finally paid off. I mean, we've been telling them since the summer, we can go back to back, we can do it, and so it feels great.
They're able to hop in there like no other and be able to become a family just like that. So that the camaraderie we have together is just outstanding, to be able to come back and be a brotherhood out on that field.
You guys have done something that only kind of one other team in Albany's done, go back to back, 60 to 61. Kind of put it in perspective, how cool is that just in general?
I mean, we made history, it feels like, so I don't know what else to say. It's a great feeling.
I will say this, a lot of those 60 and 61 team guys, I had a few texts this week, and they were pulling for us. I'll just put it that way.
Last question. All right. Thank you. Congratulations.